Alright. Okay, that's all set up. That's that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so we got the desktop audio coming through as well. Alright. So, today I'm going to be playing Stellaris with a special guest, my brother, Scorchik. So, I'm gonna, like, okay, alright. Okay, here we go. Hello there. Ah, hello, Splash.
Yes, hello.
Good to see you, my man. And I forgot to mention. Oh, you bought EU4 on your birthday. That's really cool.
You ready?
Yeah. I forgot to. I have one more thing to mention. You can now see my face on stream. Yes, I have a face cam. So,
My God, you can see his face.
yes, you can see my
Please remember to tell him how ugly it is.
Don't do that. Please don't. So, right. When you're ready to start the game. Okay. So.
Oh, I just got a notification on my phone. Oshimon Gaming is live. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'll just ignore that.
Yeah, so. When you're ready to start, like, then. I really. Wait, did it come up with my custom live notification? I want to know. Pardon me. I want to know if my custom live notification happened.
Is that it? Because that's what it says.
Is what it?
Ah, whatever. Alright, starting the game.
Okay. So, do you play Stellaris a lot?
just tell me when you're ready for me to unpause it. You ready for me to unpause it now?
Okay, so Splash, you did get that 5,000. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I do play Stellaris a fair bit. Like, I don't play it tons, but like I quite enjoy it. Like, yeah. So basically, my story is that I'm driven a simulator. Why? Because I felt like having driven a simulator.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, you're roboting on my side, so I can't really hear you that well.
That's weird. Yeah, I'll go with them. Alright. Yeah, so I've also gone for resource consolidation as my origin. So all the resources in my home system are on
Puts
my
the dimension.
home
I went for the one that
planet, because of
puts
machine
the dimensional gateway in my
capital. Oh, you went for the
starting system.
gateway in your starting system. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is our galaxy that we've got. Yeah, okay, thanks Splash, that's good. So we've got this galaxy. What we've done is we've got AI players and like fallen empires and advanced empires and stuff, but we've like randomized the number like between a certain amount for each. So we
See
don't
what you've
know
got.
how many empires that are actually in the game. And because we're both playing with Gestalt consciousness, we won't be joining the galactic community. So we don't know, like we won't have that easy way of finding out what empires there are. So first thing I'm doing is I've got my science ship doing a survey of the next system like right by me,
First normally.
so I can expand.
I get that done. Right.
And what I can
So what I'm
also
gonna do now is I'm going to go to the shipyard and get another science ship.
another science. I need more than one science ship, otherwise it takes forever to like survey all the planets and stuff.
Hey bro, we're doing the exact same thing, by the way.
Same wavelength. Yeah. The thing is, like with my construction ship, I can't do anything at the moment because I don't have any unused resources in my home system.
Tube.
Like, had I gone for a different origin, like, for example, I don't know, Prosperous Union, I would have resources on the other planets in my home system. However, because I went for the machine world one, which is resource consolidation, that means all my stuff in my home system is in my home planet. Okay, so my next science ship has been built, so now I can like recruit a new scientist, like, and like take control of that ship. I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for that trinary star system.
After a while.
So the thing is, because we don't have like, there's also the ship designer, which I will definitely be using. Like, I'm gonna turn off auto generate. I don't want auto generate. I want to do it myself. And I think they've got like that more personal touch to like to the ships when you generate them yourself. Like, you create them yourself. So I can now build a new building. I'm going to I need to increase my output of alloys. Like, I've got 10 going out, but you use a lot of alloys. Like, you need alloys to build ships, and you end up building quite a lot of ships.
Why?
Yeah, so the game starts out fairly slow, to be honest.
Exactly.
Like, when you get to like,
Agreed.
yeah, like when you get like a decently sized empire with like multiple borders, with like multiple different empires, that's when things start getting quicker. Like that, like it gets more interesting the more that's going on, I find. Like one time I played a modded game where one of the mods I had was like a mod that had like Daleks from Doctor Who, and I played the Daleks and like started just wiping everyone out. That was really fun. Yeah, I'm gonna pause the music there. It's getting mildly frustrating. So the thing is, there's so many like with the surveys, it has to do every single planet in the system individually, so it takes a fair bit of time.
Just get everything built quick and early on in the game.
Like,
That's
the fastest systems to survey are like black holes, which don't have anything orbiting them, so because it just has to survey the black hole. Although quite often there isn't really anything in a black hole system anyway. Like, you can get dark matter from black holes, but and like research and stuff. But quite often
Top.
they don't have anything. Oh, I can get first tradition. So traditions like give you perks for like different things. Yeah, I'm gonna go
Never
and like
seen
when
it.
you complete all the traditions in like a group, for example, when you complete all the discovery traditions, you unlock an ascension perk slot, and then the eighth and final one is
Firefly.
unlocked when you research the ascension theory technology,
And I don't remember what the research is.
which is a rare society research technology.
System survey complete.
Ah, there we go. So our first system's like been surveyed. So I'm gonna survey the other system, and then I can get my No, I can't because I don't have enough alloys. Like I said, you need alloys. So what I was going to do was with my construction ship, I was going to
Me, on the other hand, I have
build a starbase around the system I just finished surveying, which allows me to expand my borders, basically, which allows access to more resources. So in this system, there's 2 energy credits and 2 society research available.
sorry, you can see that. This one.
Oh, hi little boo. How are you? Yes, we're playing Stellaris. Honestly, I've been wanting to stream this for quite a while, but like, I haven't quite got around to it.
So once this one is done, I'm going to send it straight down there.
Yeah, so
There's
I can
quite a lot of
now.
black holes around here, actually. I didn't expect there to be this many. It's not usually this many when I play.
Mm,
Yeah.
let's look for an
So
area with
everything
a
is just
lot of
randomly
black
spread out.
holes.
Like, for all I know, there could be.
Yeah, so everything. So how we've got it is like we've distributed the empires randomly, and we've got a random number of AI empires between.
AI.
It's
Yeah,
4 and
I
8, I
know.
believe. Do you
Actually, I don't know
have
if
the
OBS is picking
DLC?
up my mouse, so you might be able to see that. But
We have
it
some of
does have a
the
special mouse, so I
DLC.
know.
Like we bought the pack which came with like some of the DLC when it was on sale, like
The ones in the
around the
starter pack.
the starter pack it was,
So that's all we have.
which was like when it was on sale just after the
Like the
free
construction
weekend
ship's
they
almost done.
had a couple of weeks back.
And then science ships are done. I mean, I usually just play from the galaxy screen because I never need to look at anything else. Oh god, he's gonna take forever. That's so much to do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Later
I
on,
tend to stay on the galaxy screen galaxy screen as opposed to using the like individual systems.
very similar. Much stuff happen. Or you need to build things in specific places and stuff like that, but usually you don't need to. Population. Looks all going well. Yeah, so these are the traits that my species has. So tropical preference, obviously, it's tropical world.
Right, so
Cybernetic.
we have, I believe, Leviathans, Utopia, Synthetic Dawn, and Apocalypse. I believe that's the DLC we have.
Flowlands. We've got uncanny repurposed hardware.
And we also have
Mass-produced
the
durable,
free
double-jointed
anniversary portraits
machine.
as well.
So yeah. Oh, great, we're out of food. Perfect, we didn't need it. Really not. Really though, I should swap out.
So, because I'm like a driven assimilator, we've also got
Stock.
I've also started with
This is really
cyborg pops, which I've called Squibble because I can.
Now and
I thought, let's just give my cyborg pops the funny name. A mildly funny name, I guess. Alright. So that's about 72% done.
The game is like, but
That's nowhere near
it's not
done.
always.
That's also nowhere near done.
Yeah, it seems to be this way.
Yeah, so because we've got the Leviathans DLC, there's a chance like we can find like the Guardians, I believe they're called. So like Ether Drakes, the like fortress, like mechanical fortress, I believe it's called. No, mysterious. I can't remember what it's called. Like
Construction complete.
Ooh, right. That's the starbase complete. So now now that I've got a starbase in the system, I can build like mining stations and research stations to gather the resources present in the system. Yeah. And because we got the Leviathans story pack, there's a chance we can find the Guardians, which are like Ether Drakes and like there's a bunch of them that we can find. Like the Infinity Machine, I believe, is one of them.
Resource, and I tend to end up with all of it.
And the thing is, like, there's also the Spectral Wraith, which is the one I hate most. Like
I'm halfway done with
on one game I have, which is on Iron Man mode, I had a Spectral Wraith spawn like near me, like pretty close to me, and then just start like wiping out several of my starbases. It's super annoying.
This game is a lot like Civilization's an early game. It's very long.
Yeah, like the early, like it's a strategy game. Like it's a grand strategy game. Like
So
Like there are lots of games like this which have like the really slow starts. Like you've got like Civ is a good example, as well as I'd say Risk also has a fairly slow start, potentially. Like Risk takes forever. Until you like properly get going.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay, so now that's
Ah,
first technology.
alright,
I'm gonna
that's that one
go
done.
with that one.
Build that. Yeah, different researchers take different lengths of time
Yeah,
depending on
so different
cook.
researchers have like different amounts of like research needed. Like different technologies have different amounts of research needed to complete them.
Right, go survey that black hole.
Construction complete.
So that's my mining station complete. Now I can build the research station.
So, just
Here we go. Abnormal conditions. As our scientist scans the surface of the it becomes quite clear we've found something new on the ordinary. It has conditions unlike anything we've ever seen. We will surely come across even more irregularities like this as we survey new planets, each not and should not underestimate their impact on our expansion. So a planet modifier appears on that one. Okay, alright.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay, now we got that one. So I'm gonna do that one just to speed up more. I'm also gonna do this one because I just don't want to. Yeah. So they're all molten worlds in this system. That's useful.
get rid of that. 17, 19, 24. But as you go up, it's harder and harder. So. Which means it takes longer.
Alright. So my current plan is to get myself like a decent foothold within the galaxy itself.
Right.
It's not complete. So like the galaxy so the galaxy size we went with was large, which is like 800 stars. So it would feel like, I guess, a bit more like spread out per se, so we can get like much larger empires, as opposed to like everything like being all close and all together and stuff. We also have a lot of primitive empires as well. Like a lot of like, well, primitive empires, like primitive planets. So like you combine like planets which are in like the Stone Age or the Iron Age or whatever, or like the early Space Age, and then you can like technologically enlighten them, and they like become protectorates under you. Or alternatively, you can enslave them, or assimilate them, or just destroy them. Depends on what you're playing as.
Construction complete.
Right. So now I've literally got nothing to do with the construction ship because I still
Right.
have the systems to survey. What I'm gonna do, however, is I'm gonna build another science ship so I can survey more systems.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Oh, now we found an anomaly, and some volatile wastes. Nice. So I'm gonna research the anomaly
Okay.
because like it'll get me a reward basically most of the time. Sometimes you get anomalies which like pretty crap.
How am I doing? Okay, we're running good. Where's all my done? But overall,
Here we go. So
hard.
that's complete. Now I'm gonna
Wait for him to
recruit
win.
yet another scientist, and I'll have him survey that system there.
In the meantime, this.
Okay. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to get an admiral for my ships, my military. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to recruit not affected by morale.
Yes.
Right, yeah. I'm going to build a few armies ready to
Technological acquisition successful.
destroy stuff, basically. Like, get it ready to like assimilate stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do that one for my research because I quite like that one. I do quite like that engineering. Oh, hello Shiva. How are you doing today?
Wait for the gateway to deal with. Eventually, we get to like, well, yeah. Eventually, we get to activate it. And
I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. It's always great to hear when people like enjoying my stuff. like I like to stream, like I like to think of it as a sort of I'm doing this to entertain people basically. So yeah, it always like cheers me up when I hear like people are enjoying it. Wholesome
there's nothing
100.
innocent.
Well, you say wholesome, but then I just go and swear all the time. I just get really pissed off and just start bloody swearing all the time.
Eventually.
So the volatile modes, which we found on this planet, they're a strategic resource, which means we require technology in order to use them. So, like, in order to like collect them and use them. So in this case, we need the mode stabilization technology for it. Which is why you always want to be researching technologies as well, because all the technologies like help improve your empire, basically.
No.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I don't mind if like people can't watch my streams like the whole time they're on. As long as people like enjoy themselves and stuff. That's it. That's all I really care about. Jeez. I think I'm gonna close my window. Birds are making a racket. Alright. Professionalism. I totally don't have my fan on in the background as well. Yeah, it's hot. What can I say? My room gets hot. Sun, like, in the morning, sun just comes straight through the window and it's blinding. So I keep the curtains shut when I wake up for a while. And the sun tends to be like right overhead, so it just gets really hot. Strategic resource discovered. Oh, so now we found some exotic gases. These gases are particularly in the operation of advanced energy-based weaponry and force fields. Some of the gases can also be used as starship
System survey complete.
or even as recreational drugs. Oh, did I mention this game's, I believe, rated like 7 by Peggy? How long are you gonna take? You know what? I'm gonna build another construction ship. Yeah. Like the problem with this game, like the problem with like having a large empire, like by that you gain by invading other empires, is that your like starbase capacity and like empire sprawl and administration and admin capacity, they're like not like directly proportional to the size. So like they do increase when you have a larger empire, but it takes like a lot of stars to get an increase in your starbase or admin capacity. Like admin capacity, really the only way to increase it is by using like admin complexes or whatever they're called, like on planets. Like when you get to like having when you like keep invading people, you take over their like star bases. So like the starbase capacity counts upgraded star bases. So like your starports, star holes, star fortresses, and
Ooh.
like citadels. But it does not count outposts, which are like really small, and they're just like what you get when you build a starbase around a planet, a star. For example, if I like have a look at it, yeah, you can tell that this one's larger and has like more parts. The starbase in your own system starts out as a starport. Well, we got our construction ship built as well.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
And colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once. Okay. Yeah, so you can also get armies, which like they're what you use when you're like invading planets. So like when you want to invade, like say a primitive species planet, you'll take your army there and
It's real.
you'll invade them, which of course makes them hostile towards you as well, because up until like you decide to invade them, they're
Construction
neutral
complete.
because they don't really know about like the whole galactic community and stuff. And that means I've got another tradition available. New research alternatives. Let's have a look at station output. I'm gonna go for that one. So that means I get another option when it comes to like researching a technology. So instead of 3 options, there are 4. Yo, Lightning, how you doing?
System survey complete.
That system's just been fully surveyed. Like, quite often I get an anomaly on the last planet I survey in a system, which can be annoying, but can also be quite useful. Yeah, so at the moment what I'm doing is like I'm sort of carving out like this small bit for my like this is like my small little corner of the galaxy at the moment. Like my plan is to like expand and get bigger and assimilate organic species to become cyborgs and part of the machine consciousness that I'm playing as.
Technological acquisition successful.
So now got like a new technology, and now we have 4 options instead of the 3 we had earlier. So I'm gonna go with this one because as a robot species, like as a machine species, we don't need. Okay, we only need food for the cyborg pops,
Do you need?
but because it's a machine world, we can't build any agricultural districts, which means we don't like produce any food, but we also have like we don't produce any extra. We can't add any more food production, but we do have like the organic slurry that is produced that produces 15 food, which is enough to sustain our cyborg pops. Yeah, so when it comes to building research stations and mining stations, I prefer to do it from the galaxy map. So like it like just queues all the ones that it needs to build in that system, as opposed to doing them all individually.
Okay. That should help with our food issue, but that's really.
Like the thing with the Stellaris is like even on the fastest speed, it does take a long time to get to the end game. Like I've got over 100 hours on the game. I've literally only got like to the end game years once, and that was on my Dalek modded game. Oh yeah, so this system has a habitable planet, which is a tomb world. Which because I'm a robot, like because I'm a
Construction complete.
species, habitability 100 for basically any planet, which is fairly broken. But it does mean I can send off when I get enough alloys, I can send off a colony ship to colonize the planet and use those resources. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to I'm going to build a drone storage to get some more amenities, because on my home world I'm not producing enough amenities, which means my stability is decreased. Now, one thing that happens with like non-gestalt consciousness empires is that you have factions, which because I'm a machine consciousness, which is one of the two types of gestalt consciousnesses like playable in the game. I don't get factions. What factions do is you have like factions that are like attracted to like different ethics. So like you can get like egalitarian factions, or like
technological acquisition successful,
or xenophilic factions, and like you like balance like what you want, like what the factions want and what you want, and like by appeasing factions you gain you get more influence produced, which helps with you need influence to build star bases basically. What I'm going to do is I'm going to research these, because what I can then do is I can replace these with them in all my ships. What I can also do is add these to all of them.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
And what these do, like this one, like gives it more power. This one like increases the speed, but takes up power. And because I don't have enough power for this one, I'm like, were I to put the afterburners, I wouldn't be able to save it because it wouldn't have enough power.
Ship augmentations completed.
So when you change like the design of a ship, you can upgrade all your current ships of that type to have the new design. So the initial starting naval, like your initial fleet, you upgrade that, like you can upgrade that quite a bit. There's also quite a few different types of ship, so like in terms of military ship. So you've got your corvettes, which you start with. Then you've got destroyers, cruisers, battleships, which like your four. Those are the four types that you'll have, like composing the vast majority of your fleets. Then you have titans, which are even larger and like they're more powerful. Like, the larger the ships are, the more powerful they get. So your smallest are corvettes. They've only got one section. Then you've got destroyers, which have two, cruisers, which have three, battleships, which have four. Then you've got your titans, which and like the larger they are, the more of the fleet capacity they take up. So corvettes take up one, destroyers two, cruisers four, and battleships 8. Then Titans take up 16, and there you can only have a certain number of those within your military fleet. Like your empire can only have a certain number of Titans. Then you've also got Colossi, and you can only have one Colossus because it has to be its own. Like it has to be its own like fleet. Like the Colossus itself, it can't be in a fleet with any other ships. And the Colossus has like different weapons that are like extremely powerful. And of course, it's late game content that the Colossus. So, as you can see, like you have your faction menu, but because it's Gestalt consciousness never has factions. List of all known species, we got
Construction complete.
the main species and our cyborg species, the squibbles. I did call them squibbles because I found it funny. It's like, that's a stupid name. I'll go with that. That was my entire thought process when I came up with the name. Thought, we'll name them something stupid. Because I can, because no one will really care. No, like, just me and my brother. And, like, he's had to leave the voice call because, like, I was breaking up for some reason. Probably because, like, he's hosting, like, recording at the same time as well as being on Discord, probably eating up, like, his RAM. I don't host because like mine tends, for some reason, mine when we tried it with me
System
hosting,
survey complete.
mine would like be much faster than his. So I've got him host. So we've got him hosting. So like we're at the same date at the same time. Just so it's like fair on each other. So like we're all doing we're both doing everything real time as opposed to like doing things like having things like done by one person before they happen for the other person. So like a declaration of war, like you declare war on like an AI empire, and then the other person, couple of minutes or like a bit later, oh, this empire's declared war on this empire. And that means like if someone's behind, it means they've got a lot less time to like they can't really respond to an invasion easily, which is why we had both of us like agree that we'd have him host so we'd be at the same time. Multi-sided and multi-edge transition, secure and scholars right between
Construction complete.
I can do now is that's given us a special project which we can research in that system. Lacking the influence for a start. Pick. Right. At the moment, my plan is to like one of the things I want to find is a primitive species, so then I can assimilate them into cyborgs, which I'd quite like. Or alternatively, I could find another empire, which hopefully isn't as technologically advanced, and I could invade them and like take their pops and assimilate them to be my main species, to be like not my main species, to be the cyborgs.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Holographic data documents the terms and conditions for a trilateral trade treaty between 3 million major alien powers that once dominated this quadrant of the galaxy. Context eludes us and the details are meaningless, but Science Officer Unit W8 feels you're a robot you can't feel. This find will prove invaluable to improving our own ability to communicate with alien forces. That's good because it's given us some more society research. So currently we're ranked 8th overall, so we've got at least 8 empires present.
Construction complete.
Yeah, so my problem really with my influence is that it takes a long time to generate. So currently
Technological acquisition successful.
I can't currently do anything with my construction ships because there's nothing to do with them. When I get another 52 alloys, I can colonize one of the two habitable planets. Mummified pilot. Mummified remains of a single entry individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in the high orbit over
Technological acquisition successful.
to being these turns models of a flight suit complete with a helmet and maybe a fighter pilot that injected in some ancient battle only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study shows the short search has provided some interesting data. Yeah, so both of these have 100% habitability on the ocean world because the habitability of the preference of the cyborg species depends on what type of planet you say your home world originally was. So I chose to have my home world as originally having been an ocean world that then got turned into a machine world. I'm gonna go for the ceramo metal materials. Okay, Starbase as well.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
There's another anomaly in that system. That system, Katana, is filled with anomalies for some reason. So, my problem is with my expansion plan is I don't have enough influence to build more star bases. The problem with influence is you gain it really slowly. And it's mildly frustrating.
System survey complete.
So, once I've surveyed these three systems, my plan is to because this is all sort of isolated pretty much. This is a choke point, I'd say, for getting into this sort of area of the galaxy. I'm gonna have my research ship, my science ships, head out to these ones out here. And the thing with having this sort of choke point is the more heavily
Situation log adjusted.
what is that? Situation. Translate alien mural. Okay, so this one's. So once we finish the survey of this system, we'll do the special project present. Scientist is leveled up. Okay.
System survey complete.
Alright. Let's get that research project done. Translating the alien mural.
System survey complete.
That one's been surveyed. So I'll survey this one. Oh shit. After this one's finished surveying a Blair or whatever. I don't know how I'm gonna pronounce half these star names, to be honest. Once this one's finished surveying it, I'll send it to that one. And then this one, once it's finished with its research, will go to that one. Jeez.
Construction complete.
Okay, that starbase is complete. So I can get the mining station, which will produce more minerals, and I can also not minerals, alloys, and I can also build a research station, which will give me some more physics research, which will help with getting technologies.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
So we've got anomalies. We've got an anomaly there. Alright. We have enough alloys to colonize the planet.
Technological acquisition successful.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna name it Terminus. And we've got eco simulation. Simulation. Didn't read that properly. That increases the food gained from like farmers. Upgrade genome mapping, yeah. So genome mapping, I believe, leads on to the genetic modification technologies and stuff. So like that lets you like
Technological acquisition successful.
modify populate like pops to like do what you want. So like you can like have like potentially, depending on like what your ethics are and like what your species is, like your government type and stuff, you can have like slaves and stuff, and like you can genetically modify them. So, like for example, you could make a species just be like delicious food. Like you can turn a sentient species that like you like enslave into food to feed your people.
Special project complete.
So what we can do with it, so this one, the bunker bot, it's got three options. We can either scrap the mega computer for parts, which gives us 100 alloys, 50 rare crystals, and 50 volatile modes. We can use it to boost our own research, which
Construction
gives us
complete.
10 years where the engineering research is increased by 10%. Or we can let it continue its calculations, which gives us 200
Anomalous
influence.
surface variable detected.
And I want that influence. That's given us some engineering research. So, I'm going to move you here. Can get that one. And I'm going to build the research station in that system. What I can now do is I can, when I get enough alloys this time, I can now do is, because I've got more influence, I can build more star bases. Lol, imagine having the resources you need to build a star base when you want to build a star base. Right. Alright, so that one's level up. Okay. Machine world. A rocky world covered with artificial structures. The thin atmosphere consists mostly of industrial pollutants and is not capable of supporting biological life. Which is why we're all robots. At least my species is all robots. And cyborgs were. Oh well. Right. I think we should. Nope, missing 10. Why do starbases have so much blooming? Why are starbases so damn expensive? Right, there we go. We can build the starbase. Right. So. When, like, we eventually get out of this, like, small area of the galaxy, we'll, like, well, we should eventually start meeting other empires, so, like, potentially Scorchix, but also we could find, like, other, like, AI empires, like, AI controlled empires, and they could be using all manner of, like,
Construction complete.
governmental structures. It's like we could find like a moral democracy, or we could find some driven exterminators or something. Signs of battle. There is clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Ablea 1A at some point in the last 5,000 years. The surface on one side of the moon is pockmarked with craters from stray weapon blasts, and scans of the Voyager have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in poor condition, the fact that anything remains after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Unit Y2 is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Issue Special Project Mount Grayson.
Situation log adjusted.
I'll leave it till he's finished the survey. So, my plan with my current plan is to expand to have all of these systems at least under my control. So I want to have all these systems. I want to have at the moment what I'm planning is to have a choke point where any attackers have to go through there, which I can use. So I can heavily defend this to make it harder to attack my
System survey complete.
Oh, because they're building a colony ship. Yeah. Yeah, one of the problems you can encounter is that you don't have enough shipyards to do all your upgrading and construction of ships and stuff. It's when you initially start, you've only got one. So if you're trying to start a colony, but you also want to upgrade your fleet, you have to wait. That was very glitchy. Alright. You can build this. And we've just got enough alloys to build another outpost. Which is good. The expansion plan is working. I say working, I hope it's working. Who knows, I could have so how we've done it with the AI empires we've got a randomized number within a certain range. So AI empires we've got
System survey complete.
4 and 8. We've got for advanced empires we've got
Ship
random
augmentations
1 or
completed.
2, and for fallen empires we got random 1 or 2, and we've also got one marauder empire because you can't randomize it for some reason. But hey, we've got a marauder empire somewhere. We've got 1 or 2 fallen empires somewhere. We've got 1 or 2 advanced empires somewhere, and we've got a bunch more empires somewhere. And we've also got we've also got a 5 times multiplier on the number of primitive species that are in the galaxy. So there are a lot of primitives, but we don't know where they are. They're just somewhere. They're somewhere out in the vast expanse of space. Yeah, so the game is lagging a bit, to be honest, but I think that's simply down to his computer potentially struggling to keep up, because he's playing on a laptop and it's fairly crap, to be honest. One thing I do want to do is when I get a fair amount of alloys, I want to start building some defense platforms in my home system. So defense platforms, they stay around the star the star base, and they help increase its power. The fumes lighting. The planet Ablea 4 is a toxic, corrosive wasteland, but our scans unveil that it has not always been so. A now extinct organic civilization seems to have destroyed its home planet via a heavy reliance on climate-altering fuels and toxins. On a remote hill close to a major city, we have found a lone active facility, a robot assembly plant, desolated and surrounded by military vehicles so deteriorated that they break upon touch. The facility is alien and mysterious, but could provide us with ample study material.
Technological acquisition successful.
Gains the improved energy initiative Empire Edict, adds the fallen robotic society modifier to a Blair 4.
System survey complete.
2 more technologies we can choose. Go with that one. And I'm gonna go with coil guns. And so I can use that with modifying my military ships and defense platforms. So I'm gonna go right with this one. So my colony ship has arrived in the same system as the planet that it's supposed to be colonizing. Where is it? It's just passing by the stars. Yeah, so this is a trinary system. I need to research the projects there. Right. Yeah, so the 4 race, so how it works. So a capital, so you have your system name, for example. In terms of the naming of your celestial bodies.
Construction complete.
How it works is you have your system name, in this example, Rastaban. Then, if it's a single star system, the star is called Rastaban or Sol or whatever it's called. Basically, you single the star system. The system's name is the star's name. Then, in a binary or trinary system, each star is followed by a capital letter. So you've got Rastaban A, B, and C in this trinary system.
Construction complete.
Then the planets are numbered sequentially going out, and then you've got Rastaban 4A. That means it's a moon of Rastaban 4. It's the satellite of that planet. This mining station's done. So what I can do is I can build that one. Yeah. You can also
Congratulations on having colonized a new world. Our colonists are now in the process of building their first settlement, but it will take time for them to become self-sufficient.
only will be Adrena resources until the first settlement has been completed, so take care not to colonize many planets at once. Our colony ship successfully followed its program path and made planetfall on Terminus. Thousands of work units have emerged from the vessel's massive cargo bays to construct an initial deployment post from which the settlement can expand. Efforts to systematically catalogue and designate surface resource deposits are ongoing, and all aggressive wildlife in the area surrounding the initial landing site have been pacified. We are now ready to begin mass production of additional Octobot population units on the moon as resources allow. Our first colony is a success. A great day for the Octobot awareness.
Construction complete.
So we finished the mining station in that system. So that one can't do anything at the moment because we don't have the alloys to build another starbase. Right, so gotta wait for that construction ship to reach its destination system. We gotta wait for the science ships to finish off their special projects and surveys and anomaly research and stuff. And then we can move about our science ships. What I could do is start building some more military ships at my main starbase, but I don't currently feel like that.
Special project complete.
The team under Science Officer Unit Y2 has finished their expedition of Layer 1A and returned to the Voyager. Sadly, the wrecked starships on the surface were too badly damaged to recover any useful technologies. These vessels were clearly very advanced, however, and we could gain valuable engineering insights if we analyzed the way we were designed. We should consider
System survey
the
complete.
construction of a permanent science outpost in orbit. Right, so now that we've finished all the system surveys we did, we can now start surveying the systems, like outside our small, like, it's basically closed off, this bit. Like, you've only got one entry and one exit.
Technological acquisition successful.
We got new technology, and we're losing food. So we do field modulation to get more energy credits. We got some train. What we can do is I'm gonna build a generator district, which will give a couple of jobs. So yeah, tech drones, and then we'll have like more energy credits to use. On this one, I'm going to when the colonization is finished, I'm gonna build an agricultural district because I need food for my cyborg pops. Because I'm now losing 1.5 food per month. I think in 2 months I'm gonna lose 3 food. Alright. That's our system. Alright. We can get another tradition. All the research produced. Yeah. So now that I've got all the traditions on the discovery path, what I can now do is get an ascension perk. So there are ascension perks, you can have 8 of them. You can only have 8 of them. And I believe they're locked in once you choose them. You have like a number of different ascension perks. So we've got nihilistic acquisition, which unlocks raiding, which allows us to abduct pops from other planets. We've got interstellar dominion,
Anomalous surface variable detected.
which decreases the influence cost of starbases and claims. Technological ascendancy, which I always go for first, increases our research speed, and rare technologies appear more often. And you've got mastery of nature, which decreases the cost of clearing blockers, and you can increase the maximum number of districts on a planet by 2. You've got Imperial Prerogative, which increases the admin capacity. Executive Vigor, which allows you to have 2 more edicts, like at the same time, I believe. Transcendent Learning, which increases leader level caps and experience gains. Shared Destiny, which allows you to integrate subjects for less influence, and the cap for their trust is increased. Then you also have like higher tier ascension perks, which like require you to have a certain number of ascension perks already unlocked. So you've got enigmatic
Construction
engineering,
complete.
which increases like your sensor range. You got the Colossus project, which is one of the most expensive. Like it is a very late game ascension perk. It allows you to research the Colossus, like you to do the Colossus project, special project, which allows you to build Colossi. And you need Titans and 3 other ascension perks. That like decreases the cost of terraforming and allows terraforming into Gaia planets. That increases your naval fleet capacity, and your fleet capacity. This one increases your damage to endgame crises and increases everyone's opinion. That increases starbase capacity. The Eternal Vigilance makes all your starbases more powerful, basically. Voidborn, yeah, like that increases like what your habitats can do. That like allows you to build megastructures more
Anomalous surface
quickly and
variable
more at the
detected.
same time. Galactic Wonders lets you build ring worlds and Dyson spheres. I'm a bit of a nerd. I like myself a ring world and a Dyson sphere. And Synthetic Age allows you to like turn yourself basically. That allows you